Hello everyone! Welcome back to our channel, Vickers Couple. Today we will have a video about our investment to retire in the Philippines. So my husband will show you today about his collection, the Lego collection.
She's asked me to do this so that I can try to explain. I've only been doing it for a short time, about a year. So just as a disclaimer, I'm not a financial advisor. Just kind of obviously do your own research before you do spending any money and that kind of thing. So like I say, I've been doing this about a year, just buying Lego as an investment to keep. In case you don't know, Lego basically, they have sets, and after a certain amount of time they stop making them, and then they are what they call retired. So basically they will slowly stop being able to get them in the shops, and people who collect certain sets will want every one of them, or they'll want to go back and get the one that they missed. So people are called resellers. They buy the Lego, keep it for a certain amount of time, and then resell it to people. Now, people have different strategies. Some people buy them and do what they call a flip. So they'll buy it at a certain price, say for instance, just mathematical wise, say they buy it for £20, keep it for 6 months, maybe 10 months or whatever, and sell it for £30. They've made £10 profit, but they'll do that hundreds of times and things. So that's a short system. Or people buy sets where they keep them for 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 10 years, whatever, and then obviously the sets go up. But those people tend to buy the UCS sets or the bigger sets that are kind of 300 plus, and then after that length of time, you know, like a 300 plus set could be 600, 700, 800, anything over £1,000. Literally the sky's the limit, really. Okay. Like I say, I've only been doing this about a year, and I can't afford to buy huge UCS sets and that kind of thing. So I you're showing all the sort of cheaper ones, if you know what I mean.
No, it's okay.
Yeah.
I'll show you.
She literally doesn't know anything about it, so she's, like I say, she's just showing you some of the cheaper ones that I've just got because I've managed to get them at a really good price. So, right. So one of the main things you need to do is, if you're buying Lego to invest in, is to always buy retired sets or sets that are about to retire. Usually when sets are about to retire, they kind of go on offer. If you're going to get them from Lego, you might get 20% off, or 30% off, or 40% off. Or they do offers where you get what they call a GWP, which is a gift with purchase. And if you're lucky, you can get maybe 2 gift with purchases. And then what you do is you sell the gift with purchases. The money you make comes off what you pay in the end. So if you bought something that was £200 and you got 2 gift with purchases and you sold them for £40, the thing that cost 200 only cost you 160. So therefore it's cheaper. And then obviously if you keep it for 2 years and you sell it for 350, you've made that extra £40 that you wouldn't have done before.
This one all here is all retired.
I've got here, like I say, I haven't been doing this very long. I've only got 149 sets here. Out of my 149 sets, 97 of them are retired. The rest of them, the majority of them, are either, like I say, 97 are retired. The rest are about to retire, or like some of the ones that you just picked up, they're not about to retire just yet, but I've managed to get them at such a low price that I'll make money on them anyway, so it doesn't really make a difference. Okay. So
that we have an extra savings to retire in the Philippines someday. So
basically what I'm doing,
that's why he is collecting Legos.
Yeah. Basically what I'm trying to do is get this Lego, sell it, reinvest the money, buy more, sell that, reinvest the money, and just keep using the profits to buy more, so that then eventually we have more than 149. We've got, you know, 500, 1,000, 1,500, 2,000, or whatever it is, so that then hopefully in, say, when we're about to leave the UK and go to the Philippines, we've got, I don't know, imaginary 5,000 sets of Lego, and we can just sell the whole lot, have a lump sum to take to the Philippines, and we can buy a house or whatever we're going to do with it.
And then we have to wait only until our age will become 67 or 65,
Yeah.
retirement age.
Yeah, 67
Like
for me.
that.
But like I say, I've
We will
only been
wait
doing this.
our retirement money.
Yeah, I've got 14 years-ish. So if I do this, keep flipping it and flipping it and flipping it over the years, hopefully by then I will have thousands of sets to sell before we go, and making, you know,
Yeah.
I mean, even if we take 100,000 or whatever it is, then we can use that. We can buy a house, buy land, you know, whatever we want to do.
Because in the Philippines, the Legos there is not a big issue. Because it's not saleable, because the Lego is, they said it's expensive, or
Yeah.
in Tagalog, mahal.
It's
So
nobody,
they don't care about Lego.
Yeah.
So
nobody in
here,
the Philippines would care, because they want to buy rice to eat, not.
Yeah.
So basically, what you need to do is, when you buy Lego, the more money, if you want to make more money, you have to buy it as cheaply as possible. So that's where you make your money, is by buying it as cheaply as possible. Because then obviously, like my suggestion there, my example, if you bought a £200 set for £160, when you sell it for £350, you've got that extra £40 that you make. So when you buy it, you need to get it at least 20% off, 30% if you can, 40% if you can. The more, the better.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I've been lucky, some of these sets, I've been able to get a lot better than that. So I'll go through some of these sets. I won't go through all of them because we'll be here for hours, but I'll go through some of the better sets, so that I'll give you an idea. I'll show you some of the better sets.
Okay.
So like, this is BD1. Now, this is selling at the moment. I've written down little notes so that it reminds me, because I got the figures. This is selling on eBay at the moment for between £100 and £115. Now the MSRP for this one was £90.
I will hold you.
Just be careful.
Okay.
So the MSRP for that is £90. So it's already selling for more than the MSRP. Now the MSRP is the manufacturer's suggested retail price.
This is at the back.
Yeah. So when I bought this, I got this at 38% off. So I managed to save 38% on this.
Star Wars.
Yeah.
The Star Wars is a saleable.
Star Wars is the biggest theme out of all of the Lego.
Yeah.
So we got like
Then
this
the
one
next.
as well. I've got 4 of these. Now look at my notes again. This is MSRP of £89.99. They sell at the moment for between £110 and £115. Now what I've done is I've gone onto eBay and looked at what's sold. So this is a rough estimate of what's sold, or not rough estimate, it's between the prices of what's sold on eBay recently.
The back?
Yeah, so I bought this, or these 4 should I say, at 67% off the MSRP.
What's next, sir?
One of the other things as well, for the people who don't know, is a lot of the value for Lego is in the figures. If you look at the figures that are in this one, especially this one, because one of the characters in this has actually been killed off in the show, so it's worth more because they're never going to make it again because he's been killed off. There are 2 websites, or there's probably more than 2 websites, but this website that I use is, there's Brick Economy and Brickset, and basically if you put the Lego number in there, you'll be able to find out all the information about it, like whether the figures are unique, because Lego puts little minifigures in sets that are unique. that are unique, so you won't get them in another set, allegedly. There's been a bit of a thing recently where they did have a unique figure and then they redid him in another one, or they're about to redo him in another one. But anyway, so yeah, so the figures are unique. So if you go on Brick Economy or Brick Set, if you Google that, you'll find them, and it'll tell you how many figures are in it, the MSRP, price per piece, and all kinds of things like that. Right.
The next is,
now I've got these. Now this is an Ninjago. This is 71772, the Crystal King. Now I've got 5 of these. Now the retail MSRP on this one is $59.99, but at the moment they're selling on eBay for around £80, and I bought these at 80% off.
This is at the back.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then again, you got the figures at the bottom.
Yep. Okay. The next one is
this
Marvel.
one. This is a. Right, there's a Marvel one. Right.
A Marvel.
So the MSRP for this one is $94.99.
Reflection.
And at the moment they're selling for less than MSRP. They're selling for around £75. But I bought these, I've got 2 of them, at 40% off. Quite a lot of minifigures in this one, because from the movie you got quite a lot of Spider-Man.
My love, you will start that one to sell.
Well, because of this legal things online now with the government, I'm going to start selling a few. Right, now, this one is another Ninjago, 71771. It's the Crystal King Temple. The MSRP on this one is $69.99, but at the moment it's selling for above MSRP at £75 to £80, and I bought this at 73% off.
Ninjago.
Yeah, and I've got 4 of those. Do another Star Wars one.
Star Wars again?
Yeah, this is Star Wars, the Endor Speeder Chase. Now the MSRP of this one is $69.99. At the moment they're selling below MSRP at around £55, but I bought this one at 40% off. Right, I'll do another Star Wars one. Now this one here, this was quite a popular one because it's a battle pack. There's another thing to know about Star Wars is they do these battle packs, and I invest in Lego but I don't build Lego, so always you get people who are really excited about the clones and the printing or not printing or things like that. I've got no idea because I don't build them, so I only know about the figures of how much they cost and that kind of thing. As for all that sort of stuff,
you only collect Legos for investment, not to
not
play
to build.
or not to build.
Yeah, so when people get excited or not excited about the fact that they're printed or whatever like that, it doesn't really matter to me. So these MSRP are $24.99. At the moment they're selling for between £30 and £35, but when I bought it at 40% off. So we're doing quite well with these sets. Do another one here.
The Mandalorian is finished. Luke Skywalker, not yet. Not yet.
Both of those are retired.
Okay.
Both of those
show to them also.
Well, I haven't done any figures on these. I mean, at the moment, the helmets. I mean, this. Everybody thought that this would do really, really well, but at the moment it hasn't done great. But they will. They say the helmet line has just finished. I think there's I was trying to say 11, but I'm not quite sure. Lots of different helmets you can get that are mostly Star Wars. There is some Marvel ones, and there's there's Spider-Man, Venom, and that kind of thing. So basically, people want to collect them all and have them on their shelves and that kind of thing. So I only bought a couple of them, but at the moment I paid $34 for that one. But at the moment, I think they're selling for around 40 to 45, which is not that great. But all of the helmets, eventually, if you keep them long enough, they will increase in value to a point where, I mean, they reckon that this could go up to about 100. This one might be about 90, 80, 90, but we'll see. I mean, the sky's the limit with the helmets, really. Right, so this one is from Marvel again. This is 76216. It's the Iron Man Armory. Now, a lot of people slate these, but there's another website called Bricklink. Bricklink. And basically what other people do to make money is they will buy a Lego set and then break it up into little pieces, and they will sell the individual little pieces. So with this particular set, if people want to make a mock, which is like their own version of whatever they want to build, these glass windows are worth a fair bit of money. So if you want to build a house or whatever it is, you've got windows to put in it, and you can build whatever you want. So if you have a Lego set, and if you want to use Bricklink, you have an account and you basically sell every piece that goes in it, and it could be anything from 2 pence per piece to anything. The sky's the limit, really. To you know, £2 per piece, £3 per piece, whatever it is. You know, depends on how popular it is. The MSRP on these is £79.99, but at the moment they're selling for between £65 and £70. But I bought this at 73% off, so it's worth having it for me, because even if I sold it for 65, I'm going to make a profit on it. So. But I intend to hold these for a while. I mean, I am going to sell some soon, but only selected ones and only a few. So, where am we? Right, now we've got this one. Now this one is 60321. It's the city set. Now a lot of people say don't buy city sets because there's not much money in them. But if I can get them cheap enough, then I will. So the MSRP on this one is £89.99. At the moment they're selling for approximately £65 on eBay. But I bought this for 95% off. So it's worth it because I got it for 95% off. And I have got some other city sets. I've got the 60398. This is the house with electric car. This is already retired. This is already doing quite well. At the moment, I think the MSRP on this was $49.99, I think so. I didn't do any figures on this one, but it's already selling for over £50 for a city set. Is quite good. It's mainly because it's like a modern house with an electric car. It's never been done before, apparently. So yeah, but I bought that at
in the back
approximately 70% off. A Harry Potter one. Yeah, so this Harry Potter one is the Hungarian Horntail 76406. I've got 3 of these. Now the MSRP on this one is £44.99. At the moment it's already selling for between 45 and 55, so it's already selling over the MSRP. Now I bought these at 80% off, so I've got 3 of them, so it's not too bad. So this one here, there's only one minifigure with that one, which is Harry. There's also 2 other sets that kind of go with these. You've got the Fox and Hedwig. I've got another Harry Potter here. Well, I've got a couple of Harry Potters here. These are the banners. Now with the banners, there was 4 banners because obviously got Ravenclaw and Gryffindor, which is I've got Ravenclaw and Gryffindor. But there was obviously Hufflepuff and Slytherin. Now out of the 4, I believe Hufflepuff is selling better than the others because it's yellow, it's very bright, and there's lots of bright pieces where people are selling them on Bricklink, and they're getting more money for them, so there's more value in the Hufflepuff. But out of them all, like I say, I've got these 2, Gryffindor and Ravenclaw. Now out of these 2, Gryffindor is only making a couple of pounds more than MSRP. I bought these both at the same price, so it's the same figures. MSRP on these was £29.99. This one, the Ravenclaw one, is selling for around £35. Yeah, so they're selling for around £35, and I bought it for 40% off. And it's already selling for 20% over the MSRP, that one. Right, I'll show you some more sort of smaller sets now. Now, some of these ones. Now, lots of people. I've got some of these that are from the movie Avatar. Now, these, the movie didn't do very well, so the Lego hasn't done very well.
Ooh.
So this one here is MSRP is £49.99, but at the moment it's selling on eBay for between £30 and £40. But I bought these at 98% off. So basically, whatever I sell these for is going to be a profit. And I've got 4 of these, so that's not too bad. So you want to show that? Also, because of the Avatar figures, they are selling for reasonable amounts. If you put them into Brick Economy, it will explain that the figures, I think they're going for about £8 each, something like that. Because they're different. Some of the figures with the Avatar ones, they have longer legs, because obviously the character in the movie has got longer legs. So things like that matter with Lego figures.
Okay.
And because I don't build Lego, I don't kind of go more into all the intricacies of it, like the figures and stuff like that.
Because you only collect Lego for investment, for eyes, like
that's
that.
it,
So that's it.
This is another Ninjago set, and I've got 5 of these. These MSRP are £17.99, and at the moment they're selling for between £25 and £30, so that's a lot better than the MSRP. And I bought all 5 of those for 94% off.
How many Ninjago you have, Bala? It's different.
I haven't counted because you've got those are Ninjago there. There's 5 of those. There's 2 of that one, 4 of those. So 19, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16.
Like some other 16. Harry Potter only little, and the Star Wars also is more, also.
Yeah, I mean, like I've got this one here, which is these are what they call brick heads, which is they're a little bit like Pop, basically Lego's version of doing the pops. Now, brick heads. This particular one was out for a long time, and because it was out for a long time, people, well, they bought some when they thought it was going to retire. I mean, that's another thing that Lego does, is they say they're going to retire, and then at the last minute they change their mind and keep it on so it doesn't retire. So that's another thing you've got to be careful of when you're investing. So these brickheads that I've got here, I've actually got 8 of these. But the reason I've got 8 of them is because I got them so cheaply. So anyway, the MSRP of this one is £17.99, and at the moment they're selling for between £13 and £15 on eBay. But I bought them for 75% off. So, like I say, I can easily make a profit on that anyway. So, out of my, if you go on Brick Economy, basically what you do is you put all of the Lego sets that you have, and you make like a list of what you have, and then it keeps that list for you. So you basically have your collection, and you can add to your collection whenever you like. So basically it keeps track of your whole collection. It tells you the value, as if it goes up, if it goes down, or whatever, so you can just click on it and tell how your investment is doing. Now, out of my whole collection, like I say, I've got 149 sets here. Out of all of them, there's only 5 sets that aren't actually in the positive. So I've only got 5 sets that are not actually making money at the moment. But out of those 5 sets, all of those 5 sets, I paid less than what the MSRP is. So the figures that Brick Economy does is from the MSRP. So long as you paid less than the MSRP, then you're still in profit. And it'll actually show you how much in percentage the profit is on all of them. So like some of these sets I got for free when I bought the helmet and that from Lego. So I've got 2 of these. I've got the Ray Castaway, which was a GWP, and I've also got some VIP bags in the back there that were GWPs as well. So when you go on Brick Economy, they put it as you didn't pay anything for those. So the profit from it is something like 5,000% because of the way that they do the figures. I've also got some Speed Champions. Now, Speed Champions are basically all the little cars that you can get. There's no, there's one minifigure with them usually. There is some licensed ones, so you can get things
Speed
like the Fast and Furious Dom's Charger. Now, the Speed Champions, if you're one of those people that tries to do a quick flip, these, if you can get them cheap enough, then, I mean, some of these you can get them in Asda at the moment at like £20 or something like that. But if you go to other stores, some of the cheaper stores, I've seen some of these for anything from £12.99 upwards. So if you can get them for, say, £12.99, and in Asda they're 20 or 24 or whatever they are, these, as soon as they retire, pretty much double quite soon after. So if you paid, I don't know, say £15, and they go up to, you can sell it for 35, by the time you've got your fees and everything, you're basically doubling your money. So if you can afford it and you've got the space, you could literally buy hundreds of these, and what a lot of people do is just buy hundreds of these, sell hundreds of these, and basically make £15 or whatever it is for each one that you sell. I mean, for me, I'd rather sell some of the bigger ones and make more money per sale, because obviously you've got to package it up and send it and that. I mean, some of the bigger investors, they do the Amazon FBA, and they basically just box up all their Lego, send it to Amazon, and then Amazon sells it for them. When Amazon sells things, they tend to sell things more expensive than what you do with eBay. So obviously, if you are looking for something, eBay will be cheaper, but it just depends, you know. I mean, like I say, all of these have made money, but only because of what I paid for them. Now, there is also another thing with Star Wars. They do what they call a microfighter. So they do basically the small little sets. Now, these you can get in the shops for anything from sort of £8 upwards in the UK anyway, not America. Obviously it's $12, $13, whatever it is. But these microfighter sort of things, they're another thing that kind of go up quite quickly because they're such a small thing. If you buy hundreds of these and then package these up and sell them, you could sort of double your money on these things as well, because they're so small, easy to post and that kind of thing. It's just a case of you're only going to make maybe £10 or whatever it is, so you've got to do it hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of times just to make a decent amount of money. And this one, I've got the same figures as the other one. Now, this one is the trench run. Now, there's no minifigures in this one. Now, these are what they call dioramas. There is actually, after the helmets, they've got the Star Wars dioramas, so there is a new sort of subsection if you want to try and do that. The dioramas, you've got the Speed of Chase, this one, and then there's others, the Emperor's Throne Room and things like that. So basically, people who collect Lego and build it, they'll have them on their shelves, all of the dioramas. So they're another thing to look for. They are bringing out some new Star Wars. I haven't bought them yet because they're quite expensive. Is miniature ships. So there's a smaller version of the Star Destroyer, and this year they're bringing out a Millennium Falcon, the Invisible Hand, and basically they're a smaller version, so they'll all fit on the shelves, and they're between sort of £60–70 depending on which one it is that you're going to get. You just got to think about what strategy you want to do, whether you want to buy things, keep it for a short time, flip it, only make a small amount, but do it lots of times and do it that way, or like me, buy them, keep them for 18 months, 2 years, 2.5 years, maybe 3 years, and then after that sell them, or whether you want to do it longer and keep things for 5 years, 10 years or whatever. But obviously if you do that, you have to look after the sets. You have to make sure that they don't get damaged, you know, they don't get damp, they don't get, you know, anything like that, because the condition of the box means everything. To the people who buy them, a slight nick, slight dent will devalue it depending on how big a damage it is, from a small amount to a big amount. Just depends on the damage. Like one of these sets here I've got is, when I got it home I realised that it had been damaged. I don't know whether you can see that on camera, but there's like creases and that in the corner of this. So what I'll do is I'll sell the good quality ones first, or the ones, and then keep this till last. So then by the time this one is the last one I've got, hopefully the value will increase to the point where they won't care that there's a bit of damage on the box. Because basically the whole premise of the Lego is they want a brand new unopened box to build, so that they know that nobody else has played with it, there's no pieces missing and that kind of thing. And it's a bit like, I suppose, like a kid opening a new toy. So obviously every time somebody opens a Lego box, that means that there's one less in the world that hasn't been opened, and it's not brand spanking new. So for every one that gets opened, the ones that are still new and sealed goes up a little bit. So every time there's 100 more opened, 1,000 more opened, then there's less and less of the other one left in the world. So then the value goes up. So that's why investing in Lego, so long as you do your research, is not exactly a sure thing, but there's not as much kind of danger to think like the stock market might crash or whatever it is. Whereas Lego, I mean, obviously people have got less money to spend on things like Lego, but like I say, if you buy them cheap enough, then even if you sell it back at MSRP, then you're still going to make a profit. Yeah. I mean, the reason we did this video basically is because Emmy has said that most of her subscribers are from the UK.
Thank you for our subscribers from UK.
So she wanted to try and do something that was more interesting to people from the UK rather than just feeding ducks. Okay. Yeah. We have got some more videos planned to come up as well.
So if you like this video, our video, so please subscribe our channel. Thank you so much.
And if you've got any questions, if you've never heard of Lego investing and that kind of thing, you can always comment or that, and I'll try and find out and get back to you.
Thank you so much, everyone. Bye.
Bye.